Attention, chosen ones. Your light shines as a beacon in this world, but it also becomes a target in the intricate dance of human interactions. Not everyone moves with pure intentions. Today we're putting a spotlight on 7 often overlooked signs that someone might be using you, draining your energy, and potentially derailing your spiritual mission. This isn't about fostering paranoia. It's about empowering you with awareness. By the time we're done, you'll have a sharper eye for detecting these subtle red flags, allowing you to make informed decisions about who you allow into your inner circle. This knowledge is essential whether you're navigating personal relationships, professional environments, or spiritual communities. So if you've ever felt inexplicably drained, doubted your own intuition, or struggled to maintain boundaries, this video will serve as your roadmap to reclaiming your energy and safeguarding your gifts. They only reach out when they need something, chosen ones. Let's dive into the first and perhaps most common sign that someone might be using you. They only reach out when they need something. This behavior is as old as time, yet it can be particularly draining for those of us carrying the weight of spiritual gifts and heightened empathy. Picture this. Your phone lights up with a message from someone you haven't heard from in weeks, maybe even months. Suddenly, they're all warmth and friendliness, but as you read on, you realize there it is, the request, the favor, the need. It's a pattern you've seen before, yet your compassionate nature often leads you to respond, to help, to give. Chosen ones, this cycle can be especially taxing. Your innate desire to assist others, coupled with your unique ability, makes you a beacon for those in need. But when the relationship becomes a one-way street of taking without giving, it's not just your time or resources being drained. It's your vital energy, the very essence that fuels your spiritual journey. Why does this happen? Often, it's because your light, your energy, your gifts are so potent that others instinctively turn to you in times of crisis. They sense your strength, your wisdom, your connection to something greater. And while there's beauty in being a source of support, there's danger in becoming nothing more than a spiritual ATM for others. The key here is to recognize the pattern. Are there people in your life who only appear when they're in a bind? Do their messages always come with a request attached? Do you find yourself wondering if they'd reach out at all if they didn't need something from you? Recognizing this sign isn't about judging others or closing your heart. It's about discernment, a crucial skill for any chosen one. It's about understanding that true connections, genuine relationships involve reciprocity. They involve care and interest that extends beyond moments of need. By identifying these one-sided relationships, you're not just protecting yourself, you're also creating space for authentic connections that nurture and support your spirit. You're preserving your energy for those who see you for who you are, not just for what you can provide. Remember, chosen ones, your purpose is grand, your energy precious. While helping others is undoubtedly part of your path, it shouldn't come at the cost of your own well-being. Setting boundaries with those who only reach out in times of need isn't selfish. It's an act of self-preservation and ultimately self-love. As we move forward, keep this sign in mind. Reflect on your relationships. Are they balanced? Do they energize you as much as you energize others? This awareness is your first step toward creating a circle of connections that truly support your journey as a chosen one. They downplay your achievements. As we journey deeper into the signs that someone might be using you, we encounter a particularly insidious behavior, the downplaying of your achievements. This sign is especially relevant for chosen ones whose accomplishments often transcend the ordinary and venture into the realm of the extraordinary. Picture this scenario. You've just had a profound spiritual breakthrough, or perhaps you've used your gifts to help someone in a significant way. Excited, you share this news with someone you consider close, but instead of celebration, you're met with indifference, or worse, subtle dismissal. "Oh, that's nice," they might say, quickly changing the subject. Or they might downplay your achievement with comments like, "Well, anyone could do that if they tried." For chosen ones, this dismissal cuts deep. Your achievements aren't just personal victories. They're often milestones in your spiritual journey, steps toward fulfilling your higher purpose. When someone consistently minimizes these moments, it's not just disappointing, it's an attempt to dim your light. Why does this happen? Often, it's rooted in the other person's insecurities or their inability to comprehend the depth of your experiences. Some may feel threatened by your growth, fearing that As you evolve, you'll outgrow them. Others might be so entrenched in their own worldview that they can't fathom the significance of your spiritual or intuitive achievements. Recognizing this sign is crucial for your continued growth and self-validation. When your accomplishments are repeatedly downplayed, it can lead to self-doubt, causing you to question the validity of your experiences or the importance of your gifts. This doubt can hinder your progress on your chosen path. Remember, chosen ones, your journey is unique. Your achievements, no matter how intangible they might seem to others, are real and significant. They deserve acknowledgement and celebration, if not from others, then certainly from yourself. They drain your energy without reciprocating. Building on our understanding of how others might use you, we come to a sign that's particularly relevant for chosen ones: energy drainage without reciprocation. This sign goes beyond mere emotional or mental fatigue. It strikes at the core of your spiritual essence. As a chosen one, you're likely familiar with the concept of energy exchange. In healthy relationships, there's a flow. Sometimes you give, sometimes you receive. But with certain individuals, you might notice a constant one-sided drain on your energy reserve. These energy vampires, as they're often called, leave you feeling depleted after interaction. You might experience physical symptoms like fatigue or headaches, or emotional ones like feeling overwhelmed or anxious. The key here is the lack of reciprocation. While you're left drained, they seem energized, having fed off your spiritual vitality. This dynamic is particularly dangerous for chosen ones because of your natural inclination to help and heal. Your empathic nature and spiritual gifts make you more susceptible to these energy drains. You might find yourself unconsciously shielding others from negative energies or taking on their emotional burdens, all without realizing the toll it's taking on you. Recognizing this sign requires a heightened sense of self-awareness. Pay attention to how you feel after interactions. Do certain people leave you feeling consistently drained? Do you find yourself needing to recover after spending time with them? These are clear indicators of an unhealthy energy exchange. It's crucial to understand that protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's necessary. Your spiritual energy is the fuel for your higher purpose. Allowing it to be consistently drained without reciprocation not only affects your well-being, but can also hinder your ability to fulfill your role as a chosen one. Learning to set energetic boundaries is key. This might involve limiting time with energy vampires, practicing grounding and shielding techniques, or simply being more mindful of where and with whom you expend your energy. As we continue to explore these signs, remember that awareness is your first line of defense. By recognizing these patterns of energy drain, you're taking a crucial step in preserving your light and ensuring that your gifts are used in alignment with your higher purpose, not depleted by those who fail to appreciate their true value. They try to manipulate your gifts. As we delve deeper into the signs that someone might be using you, we encounter a particularly troubling behavior: the attempt to manipulate your gifts. This sign is especially pertinent for chosen ones, whose unique abilities often make them targets for those seeking to exploit spiritual or intuitive powers for personal gain. Imagine this scenario. Someone in your life, upon learning of your intuitive abilities or healing gifts, suddenly becomes intensely interested. But their interest isn't in your growth or well-being, it's in how your gifts can benefit them. They might pressure you to use your abilities on demand, perhaps to predict their future or solve their problem. Or they might try to leverage your spiritual insights for their own agenda, dismissing your boundaries or the sacred nature of your gift. This manipulation can take many forms. It might be subtle, like guilt-tripping you when you're not able or willing to use your gifts on their behalf. Or it could be more overt, like attempting to monetize your abilities without your consent, or pushing you to share insights that you know are meant to be kept private. For chosen ones, this kind of manipulation is particularly dangerous. Your gifts are not party tricks or tools for others' convenience. They're sacred abilities meant to be used in alignment with your higher purpose. When someone tries to manipulate these gifts, they're not just disrespecting you, they're potentially interfering with your spiritual path. path. Recognizing this sign requires a strong sense of your own boundaries and the true purpose of your gifts. Are there people in your life who seem to value your abilities more than they value you as a person? Do you feel pressured to use your gifts in ways that make you uncomfortable? These are red flags that someone might be trying to manipulate your spiritual or intuitive abilities for their own ends. Remember, chosen ones, your gifts are a part of you, not a service you're obligated to provide on demand. Learning to protect your abilities from manipulation is crucial for your spiritual growth and the authentic expression of your purpose. They're inconsistent in their support building. On our exploration of how others might take advantage of chosen ones, we come to a sign that can be particularly hurtful: inconsistency in support. This behavior creates an emotional roller coaster that can leave you feeling confused, undervalued, and emotionally exhausted. Picture this. There are moments when this person is your biggest cheerleader, showering you with praise and support. They're there for your successes, offering encouragement and validation. But when you need them the most, during challenging times, moments of doubt, or when you're in need of their help, they're suddenly absent. Their support is like a fair weather friend, showing up only when it's convenient or when they have something to gain. For chosen ones, this inconsistency is particularly harmful. Your journey often involves navigating complex spiritual and emotional landscapes. During these times, consistent support is crucial. When someone who claims to care about you is only there when it suits them, it can undermine your confidence and create a sense of instability in the relationship. You might start to question whether their support is genuine or just another form of manipulation, where they pick and choose moments to be supportive based on their own interests. Recognizing this sign involves looking at the patterns in your relationships. Is there someone in your life who's only present when things are going well, but disappears when you need real support? Do they shower you with praise one moment only to vanish when the situation demands something more substantial? This kind of behavior isn't just about inconsistency. It's about a lack of true commitment to your well-being and growth. True support is consistent. It's there through the highs and lows, the easy times and the challenging ones. For chosen ones, having people in your life who offer this kind of unwavering support is vital for your spiritual and emotional health. They make everything about themselves. As we continue to identify signs that someone might be using you, we encounter one of the most common and telling behaviors: the tendency to make everything about themselves. This sign is particularly draining for chosen ones whose natural empathy and listening skills often make them magnets for self-centered individuals. Imagine this scenario. You're sharing a personal experience, perhaps something deeply meaningful to you, but before you can even finish your thought, the other person interrupts, steering the conversation back to themselves. Suddenly, it's no longer about your experience, your feelings, or your insight. It's about them. They might respond with, "Oh, that reminds me of when I," and proceed to dominate the conversation with their own story, often unrelated to what you were originally discussing. For chosen ones, this behavior is particularly frustrating because it feels like your experiences and insights are being overshadowed or dismissed. Your role as a listener and healer is being exploited, leaving little room for your own expression. This dynamic can create an imbalance in the relationship, where your needs and contributions are consistently overlooked in favor of the other person's self-centered agenda. Recognizing this sign is about noticing patterns in communication. Do certain people in your life consistently redirect conversations to themselves, even when you're sharing something important? Do they seem more interested in talking than listening? These are clear indicators that the relationship might be more about their needs than a mutual exchange. For chosen ones, it's important to remember that your voice and experiences are just as valuable as anyone else's. You deserve to be heard, supported, and acknowledged. If someone in your life constantly makes everything about themselves, it might be time to reassess the balance in that relationship and consider whether it's truly supportive of your journey. They disregard your boundary. As we reach the final sign in our exploration of how others might be using you, we encounter a critical issue: the disregard of your boundary. For chosen ones, boundaries are essential. They're the lines that protect your energy, your time, and your spiritual well-being. Imagine this scenario. You've clearly expressed a boundary, perhaps around your time, your personal space, or how you wish to use your gift. But despite your clarity, the other person consistently oversteps. They might show up uninvited, pressure you to do something you've already declined, or dismiss your requests as unimportant. This behavior is a blatant disregard for your autonomy and well-being. For chosen ones whose empathy and compassion often make it difficult to enforce boundaries, this can be particularly challenging. You might feel guilty for saying no or setting limits, fearing that you'll be perceived as unkind or selfish. But the truth is, disregarding your boundaries is one of the clearest signs that someone doesn't respect you as a person. They're more interested in what they can get from you. Recognizing this sign involves paying close attention to how others respond when you set a boundary. Do they respect it, or do they try to push past it? Are they understanding, or do they guilt trip you for having limits? Their reaction is a key indicator of their true intentions. For chosen ones, enforcing boundaries is not just about protecting yourself, it's about honoring your journey and the sacred nature of your gift. By holding firm to your boundaries, you're not only preserving your energy and well-being, but also ensuring that your relationships are based on mutual respect and genuine care. Remember, chosen ones, your boundaries are a reflection of your self-worth. Those who truly value you will honor them, while those who don't will reveal their true colors.